Ndumeliso kati na patuchezo kabataleli na batikedzi vothe va Longa Khwanḓa NPC and podcast. Greetings and a blessing to you all, subscribers, supporters, and viewers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you once more for journeying with me. Today marks episode number 8. For the past 7 weeks, I have managed to record 7 episodes, and today, as the 23rd of February 2025, I am bringing you episode number 8. Thank you for journeying with me. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for viewing. And of course, thank you for the comments as well. And yes, some inputs. I received a few or one particular review which was saying I must consider this and that, especially with the frame of the video that I'm taking. And yes, it's going to be a journey, obviously, until I can get probably different view cameras. As things stand, I'm just using a mobile device, and it has worked well so far until this 8th episode. And as I indicated last time, this month of love, in fact, today is the last Sunday of February, and it would actually be the last love letter. However, the love letter series is actually a 5-episode series, and this is the second last series. So I will overlap to next week, the 1st of March, or is it the 2nd? Yes, I think the 2nd of March. I will then have the last episode, which is part of the series of the love letters. And the love letter today that I am going to share with you, you will recall that last week I shared about the letter from the university when they were pretty much firing me, if one was to say it from an employment perspective. But in this case, they were just dismissing me, saying that I have been failing, I'm not making progress, and I needed to apply for readmission. So today's letter is a response to that letter. It's actually part of the motivation that I sent to the university for readmission. And quite interestingly, every time I read this letter, I just like the authenticity of the young man that I was at the time. You know, I delve into the entire progress, and I just lay it down there that I have failed, and I agree that I'm the guilty part, and if they can give me one more chance, then I would then do my best. And from this letter, they accepted me back, as I will share with you next week. And I didn't fail anything from there. Like I said last week, that letter of dismissal was a turning point. It gave me an opportunity to make sure that I am giving my best just one more time, just to reach the finish line without limping, without falling, without any obstacle. And I finished just after that letter. So in this letter, I say here, with reference to the letter I received from the Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and Information Technology with regard to the regulation that requires me to apply for readmission to the faculty mentioned above, please receive my fully motivated application for readmission herewith. And then I go on and just show them that when I look at my academic progress, on my first year or during my first year, I give them a percentage. I say here that I failed 20% of the modules. And in my second year, I say here that I failed 15% of the modules. And then I come to the third year and I show them that I failed 62%. So the failure rate starts at 20% and then it goes to 15, it decreases. And then from there, it jumps to 62%. After indicating this failure rate, then I tell them that there was a curriculum change. And that curriculum change, unfortunately, affected me because there were modules that I had passed that when they introduced the new curriculum, I was forced to repeat those modules, although the modules that were being replaced by the new curriculum, I I had passed them. So that actually took me back to redo modules that I had passed that were being introduced in the new curriculum. Actually, myself and other students that were affected, we protested or we just wrote a letter to say, can we really be um, credited those modules that we had passed that were uh, being replaced on the new curriculum. And unfortunately, we had to redo those modules on the new curriculum. So I speak about that as well in the letter. And one thing that I like about this letter when I look at it as well, as an adult now, is that there's one word that seemed to have become part of my life, and that word is consistency. So in that letter, I say I do admit that my time management skills were not the best, and consistency was very poor. So I'm fascinated by the fact that in as much as even now as an adult, I speak about consistency once in a while. I am a marathon runner. I speak about consistency as a marathon runner. I speak about consistency in my academics. Even now, doing my postgraduate studies, I speak about consistency even at work. I do my work consistently. This word consistency has just become part of who I am. And when I look back, I think I just realized that sometimes the people that we are, we must just appreciate the fact that over time, you might be going through seasons of life, but your authenticity as a person, the fact that you are genuinely yourself just remains. And I love this word consistency. So I told them here that ish, unfortunately, I was not consistent in passing or in paying attention. And then um, I then say I conclude that I bear responsibility for my slow academic progress because of poor time management and not assigning priorities to essential modules before the new curriculum phase in. And um, I then wrap up the letter by saying, and listen to this. This is just me speaking here. I say, I have been very patient during my time at the university, and I am still passionately looking forward to graduate because I want to be an engineer. And I say that with an exclamation mark because I was emphasizing that in as much as I have failed, in as much as it is evident that I was not making progress, can they just give me one more chance to be an engineer? And I say here, I will accept and adhere to all the requirements which will be set for me should my application be approved. So, yes, here I am now, 12 years into my professional career as an engineer. I I insisted back then that I want to be an engineer, and can they just give me one more chance? And they did. And I'm grateful to God that I received that grace to go back, as people say, go back to the drawing board. I went back, I took my last lap, I finished, and every time I look back, I'm just like, God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yes, that's the letter that I wrote to the university to reapply, to motivate that they should take me back after they were um, saying, "This is it. You cannot be here anymore unless you show that you are serious about this." And I showed that I was indeed serious. Like the other letters, let me know what you think. Someone said in the previous letter that indeed my journey will inspire a lot of people when they really hear it. And I agree. And that's the reason why I am telling my story, to motivate someone and also to give an opportunity to others that no matter what background you come from, you can make it through God's grace. And we want to provide those opportunities to people from poor backgrounds. It's all about just one foot in. I had that opportunity. I got a foot in, and through all the challenges, I even had to go through all these letters. If it wasn't for that one moment, that one opportunity that I got to just have one foot in at the university, I would probably not be even saying all these experiences. So we all need opportunities, and I am hoping and I'm praying that God will use this platform, God will use this NPC, God will use this podcast to reach that goal. Sustainable development goal number 1 and 4. Let's eradicate poverty through education. Thank you for watching. My name is Pumudzo Mufatuchezwa, the Blessed One, Vorachitanga Bebuele, Mr. BBL to you. Bye bye.